Hello, you are listening to the Eagles Podcast Network. This is the College Sports Podcast. I'm Ethan Bass.
I'm Ryan Skinner.
Welcome back to a virtual podcast. This is episode 22, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome back. We have a lot to talk about. We have the NFL draft, and we have a big question to talk about here. This is the virtual podcast here. We're normally in the studio, but we can't do that again this time because our school's off, and so because of the coronavirus. So going into the big question here before we get into the NFL draft coverage is, will college football start in the fall? Because that has been the big question here with the coronavirus going around. And a lot of people are saying that fans will not be allowed in the stadium, but why would they allow players with contact, football players with contact, if fans can't go in the stadium? And so what do you think, Ryan? Will college football start in the fall?
Well, the number one question is the first game of the year. It's week 0 this week, and then in the fall, as Notre Dame and Navy will be traveling to Ireland, so they will have to get that situated first in order for that to start the season, because they're going to be traveling to Ireland, and maybe if it's contained by then, they'll play. But that's the number one question, as if to get things ready to go for college football season. But to me, I don't think they're going to be playing in Ireland. I'm sure they're going to play at a neutral site in the U.S. But I think the college football, everything's going to be contained, and everything's going to be up and running.
Here's the a lot of people are saying that it could happen. A lot of ADs and school presidents have already canceled or do virtual learning in the fall. And so another question is, will football players be allowed to be forced students to go back on campus?
Oh yeah, that's number one question is, when is it all clear to start school, and whenever to start training, and whenever is it starting to go to normal activity? But they need some time. If they get the all clear, they need some time to go over plays. And
Notre Dame's head coach said that the latest time they can start the season or start practice before the season is July 1st, and that's coming up pretty soon, And yesterday, and today's Sunday, April 19th, yesterday, Saturday, April 18th, was supposed to be the big day where all the spring games were happening. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, all the big name colleges were having their spring games. So if you're looking at a normal year here, the spring games, it still seems like a long time until the college football season. It's still like 5 months. Right.
But I really don't think that the spring game for everyone looks at their team, but for a college program to be successful, that a spring game is a little part of what goes on. But they need to show up to practice every day whenever it's time, and they need to show coach that, 1, they're able to play, and 2, they're ready to make an effort to win a championship.
If you're looking at this financially, a lot of these colleges are in the red. A lot of these colleges won't survive without college football. And since a lot of the athletic scholarships and the departments are supported by the football sales, and even the big name colleges like Alabama and Georgia and Clemson and Ohio State, they're still going to have a major problem without football since it's their big revenue there. So that's an issue. A lot of people saying that the season could be shorted to just conference games, but that screws up a lot of teams. Another way, people are saying it's going to happen possibly in the winter, but I'm not confident in that because of 2 reasons. Number one, the weather. If you're playing in Michigan or Penn State, the weather, and Wisconsin, the weather is brutal up there. It's not even suitable for football. So I don't know how they'll do that. And number 2, college basketball is in that time, and I don't know if you can have 2 college sports going out at once. So
right, and then you also have baseball if it comes up again. You got NHL coming up again if it's ordered at a time. It's just going to be a lot of craziness for most sports fans. They're going to be switching TV screens left and right. They're going to have probably an octobox is what I call it from Red Zone.
I'm very confident college football is going to start. I really hope it does. I'll be pretty surprised if it doesn't. It's a pretty long time from now. I mean, we're talking 5 months or so. It's only April. It's only mid-April right now, so we'll figure that out in August. But something that's coming up this Thursday, the Friday and Saturday, is probably going to be the biggest sports event probably in a while now. That is the NFL draft. Now, it is virtually this year. It's not live. We're supposed to be in Vegas, and they're supposed to do the whole boat thing and stuff. It's in Vegas, or it's virtually. But and we're gonna go through the mock draft here, and then we'll give our little thoughts on the first round. So this is by the NFL mock draft. This is by Chad Rudder or something like that. Tom McShay made these on ESPN, but I found this one on the NFL website. Number one, he has Joe Burrow going number one. Not surprising there. So Joe Burrow number one, and do you think the Bengals are going to take Joe Burrow? I think it's a pretty...
There's two reasons. Joe Burrow's going to go number one, but if the Bengals give him up, give up the number one pick, and they slide... I think if they give up the number one pick, one of the top 10 teams is going to slide up to number one and select Joe Burrow, but right now, I feel like the Bengals are much need in a quarterback, so they're going to keep the number one pick. And with Andy Dalton as a free agent going elsewhere, he doesn't seem to have interest re-signing.
True. Chase Young, number two to the Redskins, not a surprise there. Jeff Okudah at 3 to the Lions, not surprising there. But this dude has the Dolphins trading with the Giants to get number 4 to get Justin Herbert. Now, what do you think about the Dolphins taking Herbert instead of Tua in this mock draft, obviously?
Everyone's doubting Tua, I guess, is what we're saying.
True.
Is what everyone's saying. But I feel like Herbert, if he goes to the Dolphins and with a trade up, that's going to be a good selection because coming from Oregon is a pass-based offense.
We'll see, though. I mean, the Dolphins at pick 5. This dude's having it at pick 4. But we'll see.
Yeah, anyway, if they pick Tua or Herbert, it's going to be a good selection. Both going to be potential starters in the future.
Of course, Herbert went to Oregon, and Tua had that big-time injury at Alabama, so that was very interesting there. Giants take a mock draft, Tristan Wirfs. Pick 6 goes Chargers, Isaiah Simmons, not as big surprise there. Credible linebacker for Clemson.
It's a huge need on defense for the Chargers.
Yeah. Clemson, Derek Brown, projected to go to the Panthers.
McCoy, and then if you have put in Derek
I am predicting that Derek Brown will be an absolute star in the NFL. He is a top 10 player in the draft. Even though he's going he's a
McCoy,
big Yeah. Jarek Wills Jr. is going to Arizona. This dude also has Herbert or Tua going to the Jaguars. Little mixed up there. I don't know why. Cleveland is Andrew Thomas, a big old lineman. Those are 2 out of 3 old linemen in the top draft.
Something's what they're rebuilding that they're doing pretty well in Cleveland right now.
Yeah. Jerry Jeudy. Now, Jerry Jeudy, Las Vegas projected. What do you think about Jerry Jeudy?
Coming from Deerfield Beach High School, South Florida boy, he's going. If this stands, he's gonna go to Vegas, and feel like that's a really serious need of a wide receiver in the Vegas perspective. And then they're gonna pick one quarterback. The Raiders are going to.
So yeah, and so C.J. Henderson is projected to go pick number 15. So C.J. Henderson had no interceptions in 2019, but he is tall, he's athletic. What do you think about C.J. Henderson in the NFL? Because I mean, he had opportunities to get the pick, but he didn't get them. But he's incredibly strong. He can break up passes, and he's fast.
Yeah, I mean, being at 6'1" and 204 pounds, that's a high. You need to be tall, and you need to be long in width in order to stop speedy receivers in the AFC West division. But Yeah, that's a great selection if this stands. C.J. Henderson,
Yeah.
he will get production, he will get playing time, and at the end of the day, the Denver Broncos will be better than they would before.
I have a large question for you. What do you think the New England Patriots are going to do? And since they gave up Tom Brady to the Buccaneers, or Tom Brady signed to the Buccaneers, and so what do you think the Patriots are going to do in the draft? Are they going to maybe try to trade for? Are they going to try to trade for the dude out of Houston, or are they going to try? Are they going to try to sign Cam Newton, or do you think they're going to try to draft a quarterback? Or are they going to get Deshaun Watson out of Houston?
One, they're going to pick someone from out of nowhere that we had never heard before in the late rounds. For the first pick, they're going to go small. I think whatever Kraft is wanting to do and Belichick. But Belichick finds these very key, very unheard names out of little colleges and expands them to a big name production in the future.
True. Now Jordan Love has been getting lots of hype out of Utah State. What did you see from Jordan at Utah State, and what do you see him? He's projected to go to Indianapolis, but what do you see him? What do you see him at quarterback at Utah State, and that he can bring to the NFL?
I see him as a dual threat, a pocket out of the pocket passer, and a person that can run, so he can alleviate pressure and expand his pocket and throw in the run. But I really don't expect him to go to Indianapolis. I expect him to go somewhere.
I expect him to go a little lower. So I expect to go pretty low, like pretty high. Sorry, pretty high in the draft. I think that he's going to be pretty good in the NFL.
Pretty high in the draft. It means that he's going to go somewhere where he's going to get playing time. Not going to go. I feel like he's going to learn from a quarterback, but he's also.
I mean, this could be like a Jimmy Garoppolo situation where he backed up Brady and now he's the starter at San Fran and brought them to the Super Bowl. So maybe now Chase Young. Now, what do you think about Chase Young? A lot of people saying that he's the best player in the draft and not Joe Burrow. What do you think about Chase Young?
Chase Young is by this draft class of 2020
is fantastic.
It's very. I was saying it from last year. It's like this draft is going to be great to watch. I mean, all 3 days is going to be.
It's 3 days of entertainment, and now we haven't seen like sports entertainment in forever, so it's going to be great.
Yeah, and along with the draft, a previous draft happened, which was the WNBA, so that was great to watch.
Yeah.
And as long as you got a great class of 2020 candidates of the NFL draft, it's going to be a sight to watch for all 3 days. It's going to be TV on, popcorn out on the couch.
Man.
Couch.
I have a theater in my house. I'm going to plug up that, and we're going to watch the draft all day, all night. It's going to be great. And so speaking of our post-game draft coverage, that'll be next week. That'll likely be a week from today, which is going to be Sunday. We're going to do a full first-round draft coverage, and we'll probably do 3 podcasts, first round, then second, third round, and then second through 7th round. All the picks covering you all the way. So that's going to be next week. So this will be the end of the podcast. I'm Ethan Bass.
I'm Ryan Skillman.
We'll see y'all next week. Have fun watching the draft. It's going to be a fun one. And stay safe, everyone. Don't forget our special guest is coming soon. Stay safe. And thank you all for joining.